Did Billy Joe Saunders quit against Canelo Alvarez on Saturday night? Knuckleheads, a lot of goofballs on the internet have been using the infamous Q word alongside Billy Joe Saunders' name ever since Saturday night, trying to say that Billy Joe Saunders quit in this fight. And because of that and the disrespect, I wanted to get on the channel and tell you guys the way I feel about it as a promoter, as a fight fan, and just as a sympathetic person who cares about other human beings, right? So first and foremost, I want to say that Billy Joe Saunders absolutely did not quit. The reason he did not quit is because he never uttered the words, "I quit." In fact, he got hit with that vicious uppercut that completely compromised his orbital bone. He continued to fight and took more punishment to the area, and then he went back to his stool with one eye closed. At that point, it's up to the corner to ask their fighter if he can continue and to make that determination if he says he can, but he cannot, right? So let's just give it to you quick and dirty. He goes back to the corner, his eyes shut, and he can't open the eye, and he can't see out of the eye. And the corner probably asks him something along the lines of, "Can you see out of that eye?" He probably says no, at which point Mark Tibbs decides to pull him out of that fight. So if you have any problem with the stoppage in that fight, you got to take it up with his corner. Because Billy Joe Saunders not only continued fighting after getting hit there, but he never uttered the words, "I quit." And listen, even if he said, "I want to go in there right now, I don't care what you're saying," when the eye is shut and you can't see out of it, and you're seeing swelling around it, and you've been around boxing for a long time, you know it's a wrap. You know that's an orbital bone injury. Now, another thing I wanted to say, right, that buttresses my point there is, as soon as that fight ended, and I saw what I saw as a fight fan and a promoter, I came right onto the channel as we do every Saturday night. We went live. We had hundreds of people in here. Over 4,500 people have watched the video now. And I indicated to you guys that that guy's orbital bone is gone. And I indicated that to you guys without any sort of x-ray or CT scan or medical opinion or anything. All I did was look at Billy Joe Saunders' eye, how quickly it swelled up between the time he got caught with that punch, the way he reacted afterwards, the way he was unable to open his eye. And one more thing that I noticed that I didn't really point out in that video, but I noticed it. I wasn't sure, but I thought I noticed it, was the fact that the cheekbone, which it looks to be the bone that's right here, that kind of gives you the cheekbone, you know, on the outside, it looks like the bone was not there, right? You could see the bump of his cheekbone on the eye that was okay, but on the eye that wasn't, it looked like it had collapsed. And I said to myself, my goodness, this is a horrific injury. I mean, that's what I told you guys on Saturday night's live stream immediately after the fight without any kind of medical opinion. I also told you guys this could be a career-ending injury, right? And then I went on to, you know, talk about Canelo's vicious power and the way he did that, you know, with basically a pull counter uppercut. I mean, it was ridiculous. The point is, your problem, if you think this fight was stopped early, is with Billy Joe Saunders' corner, and you believe, right, if you think that Billy Joe Saunders quit or should have continued fighting, that somebody who had a quadrupod fracture is what we're hearing, right, where essentially this bone that not only makes up part of the orbital socket, but attaches to, I think, 4 other parts of the skull, had been detached, you guys would want the guy to continue with that bone in his face, detached from his face, the same bone again that makes up a portion of the orbital bone, which is what holds the eyeball in place. And, you know, as I've continued to research this matter, it's come to my attention that one doctor actually said that what could happen is the tissues and the eye and the nerves and everything else could have actually fell back, potentially with an injury like this, into the sinus. I mean, could you imagine what kind of life-changing injury this could be? What kind of permanent damage this man could have suffered if he would have continued to fight? So in my opinion, I guess what I want to say at the end of the day is, both as a fight fan and certainly as a promoter, if you ever fight for me, right? I don't ever want you to continue to fight if you feel like your orbital bone has been compromised. Ever. There are certain injuries, right, that maybe you can fight through. Maybe a broken knuckle, you lose a tooth, you slightly break your nose, stuff like that. You could potentially fight through and maybe not suffer some sort of permanent career-ending damage. But if it's something where your career is on the line, your life is on the line, your ability to see and to make money for your family and to live a normal life is on the line, and you continue to fight despite of that, I appreciate the warrior spirit, but don't do it for me. I prefer that you pull out of the fight as a fan and as a promoter. I wanted to get your opinion, knuckleheads. Do you think that Billy Joe Saunders quit in this fight? Leave your opinion in the comments below. Hit the like button after you do that to help, show this video to everybody in YouTube world. After that, I need you to uppercut the subscribe button and the bell notification icon next to it. And then join the channel. Just, 16 cents a day, $4.99 a month. You get access to our live fights when we return. You get discounts on our merch. And you get to help me not only build this channel, but the promotion. Finally, get your Fighters Rep gear in the link below. That also helps us build. And follow us along with our official sponsor, Nuevo Real Estate, on Instagram at Nuevo Real Estate and at Fighters Rep. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this one.